Hello my Africa, hello brothers and sisters. I have a confession for you. It's about a man that has been living in a place where thieves came and stole his belongings, such as furnitures including TVs and other luxurious things such as laptops. And the confession goes like this. Hello Mr. Strange African Confession. It started all by I've moved to a place where the rent was so cheap. It was so cheap that I could manage my salary nicely, because as far as I'm living, I have 2 kids that I'm supporting. And as you know, things are getting much tougher and tougher and tougher. As I moved to that new place, I agreed with the landlord that small amount of money, and same day I moved inside of that house. As I started moving in and putting in my furnitures, I saw next door neighbors were quite happy to see me. It seems that no one was living in that house for a long time. And as time went, I started getting to know my next door neighbors, because as an African, you'll never know. You should know your neighbor, because something may go bad. Maybe you can fall down and faint, so that the neighbors can help you out. As I was living in that house of mine for 6 months, I really enjoyed that place because it was a quiet neighborhood. During the week, Friday to Saturday, people would make parties at their houses, and I would occasionally visit them and enjoy with them. But I couldn't make parties because I had problems of taking care of my kids, so I couldn't budget to make parties. Instead of I made that money, I was making money to take care of my kids. And one day, as I went to work, because I was working as a security guard, I could take a shift for a day. Sometimes I could take a shift for the night. That time, I took a shift for the night. As I went the shift for the night at 6 p.m., because it was 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. As I went at 6 p.m., while I was at work, I did the daily routine that I'm used to, of checking out of the thieves hidden anywhere with my flashlight and going around up and down, the things that I'm used to of doing, because as a security guard, that is what you are supposed to do. And at 6 a.m., I went back to my house. As I arrived at my house, I saw that my windows were broken. As I started screaming out for help, I went to my neighbors and I told them what had happened at my house. And the neighbors came and we saw some footprints. As we saw some footprints, I was really devastated, because my furniture was making to the amount of 15,000 pula, because the fridges were expensive, my laptops were expensive because I was using an expensive laptop, and other things, because over the years I was saving to buy them with installment. So I was sitting down there devastated outside with my neighbors, and I told my neighbors that in order for me to recover these things, I have to take 2 years again so that I can buy the things back. And I called the landlord so that the landlord can come and see what the thieves have done. And that landlord told me that, I'm sorry my kid, I cannot help you. I'm only your landlord. That's the only thing that I can help you of. But I'll help you by fixing the window. I can see that the thieves broke in your house, so I'll fix the window. The rest, you're a man, you have to see what to do with them. It's either you go to the police or you just give up. And the landlord left. As I was sitting there devastated with my neighbors after hearing such painful words from the landlord, I don't really blame him that he says such words, because yes, it is true. In such cases, he's not really involved, because he's the one that owns the house, and the rest of the things he doesn't know. So as he was leaving, my neighbor was telling me about a certain woman, Sangoma, that is known for helping in such occasions, especially when people stole your things. So as the neighbors gave me the contacts of that woman, her name was Masibanda, not her real name. And what I did, as soon as I took the contacts of Masibanda, Sangoma. Later that evening, I called her and I told her all my problems. And guess what? She told me that it's okay, since it's a new scene. I have to look for a plastic, and as soon as I find a plastic, I should wear it over my hands, and after wearing it over my hands, I should take the soil of where the thieves were stepping on. And as she was telling me to take the soil off where the thieves were stepping on, I did what she asked. I did it while talking with her over the phone. I took the soil where the thieves were stepping on, because I didn't want to contact the police, because I know the police will not help me in any way. They would just be telling me that they'll see what to do. So I had to come up with another African solution. So I took that soil of the footprints of the thieves and I put it in a plastic bag. And Masibanda told me that she's still far. She'll come back at her consultation house the following day. So I should meet up with her the following day. The following day, I went to meet with Masibanda. I gave her the sand which was full of soil of the footprints of the thieves, and she took it and she did her incantations. And while she was doing her incantations, she took a bit of muti and she mixed with that sand, and she was talking to the sand that those thieves should not sleep and the spirit should hunt them until they return back the stolen goods. And I paid for consultation fee, and as soon as I paid for consultation fee, she told me to just leave that sand with her, the one that I took from my house, the footprints of those thieves. So I went. As agreed with the landlord fixed my window, and I was eating at my next door neighbors because they stole even my stoves and everything that I was using to cook with. And a month later, as I was losing hope, I was just sitting inside of my room because I bought a bed that you pump using air. As I was just sitting down, daily dreaming, thinking of what to do, I heard a knock. And when I woke up and opened the door, I saw 3 men. Those 3 men looked very sad. One of the 3 men, his leg was quite swollen up. It was quite swollen up in such a way that it looked like it was about to burst. And while I was feeling sorry for those men, in the actual fact, I did not know that they were the thieves that stole my belongings. And as they were pleading me for forgiveness, they told me that they will return my things after a week, because they had sold some of the things to different people. So they have to see what to do to recover those stolen goods, so that they can convince those people that they sold to bring them back to them, so that they can return it back to me. Surprisingly, as I was listening to them telling me what they wanted to do and what they wanted to do, I told them, yes, it's okay. I'll be giving them that week so that they can return my stolen goods. And after a week, surprisingly, they brought back my stolen goods. And one of the guys that had a swollen leg pleaded for forgiveness so that I can heal him. Because surprisingly, it looked like that soil that I took, it was the soil of the same guy that was narrating the story to me, that he needed to bring back my goods. So I was happy because I really witnessed that Masibanda works. So I told that man, the one that had a swollen good, to give me 2 months so that I can undo what I did to them. And while I was telling them that I would forgive them, I told them they should never ever try stealing in this house. They should try in another house, but this house, they should tell their friends that this house is a dangerous zone. And as I agreed with the guy, I did. After 2 months, I undid that curse on that man's leg. And ever since that day, I did not see thieves coming on my house. Because my house, now people are always talking about that my house is a cursed house. When you try to steal, you'll find the devil himself inside of that house, meaning that you'll see the consequences of stealing in my house. So that's the end of the confession. So thank you for listening to the confession. Take care and God bless.